Hey guys, welcome back, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm Shayla at Virtually Nutritious. Today's video is going to be episode 2 of the Fit Pregnancy series, so we'll be talking about any updates I've had for weeks 19 to 20 during my pregnancy. Yes, I'm finally halfway through the pregnancy. It's very exciting. It's kind of bittersweet too, because this is the stage where being pregnant is actually kind of fun. Well, for me at least. I mean, I'm not feeling sick. I'm not feeling exhausted anymore. I'm showing now, so it's an exciting time. You can feel the baby move. So this part's a really fun time. I know in the third trimester you start to get a lot more uncomfortable. I had one day of feeling uncomfortable, which I'll get into later, but before I do, just a reminder to like and subscribe if you like this, to stay tuned for more content. All right, now let's get right on into it. So in weeks 19 through 20, I didn't have a whole lot of food aversions or new food aversions. I still can't do zucchini or Brussels sprouts. The thought of them still makes me nauseous. For a few days, eggs were an aversion for me. Like the thought of eating scrambled eggs or an omelet or anything like that really just grossed me out, made me nauseous, which is upsetting because eggs are one of my primary sources of protein because I am a vegetarian. Luckily, that only lasted about 3 days, and then that was gone, so that's good. I have also had a few days where nothing sounds appealing to me. It's not that anything sounds gross, it's that nothing sounds good enough for me to eat. So for breakfast, we always have my favorite cereal in the house, Smart Star. We always have toast with peanut butter. We always have oatmeal. We always have eggs. We always have fruit for smoothies and yogurt. And I woke up and I was just like, I want none of those things. And the only thing, breakfast item especially, that sounded good to me was a cinnamon raisin bagel toasted with butter on it. So I went to Honeydew Donuts and got one of those. But other than that, those have been kind of the only food aversions I've had. In terms of food cravings, the mint craving has not come back. Thank goodness. It's been mostly fresh fruit recently, so red grapes have been a really big craving for me, not green grapes, red grapes only, and fresh pineapple. So those have been 2 big cravings for me, and those have been pretty long standing now. They've been going on for like probably a week and a half. And then another craving, oh, toast. I don't know why, but all I've wanted was like whole wheat toast. And I don't care what goes on it, whether it's avocado, butter, peanut butter, I don't care. I just want toast. So toast and fruit have been my long cravings. Short-term cravings have been more so like ice cream. Again, that only happened once though. But if you do look at my Instagram page, which is Virtually Nutritious, I'll link it down below, I did find these Greek yogurt frozen bars, like these frozen Greek yogurt bars. By Yasso, I think is how you say it. I hope I'm saying that right. And they're like 100 calories each. Not that I'm worried about calories, but it's so good. I got like a coconut caramel chocolate chip one, I think, and it was so good. And it satisfied my ice cream craving very well without like me feeling like awful about it and like me not wanting to gain too much weight too quickly, because there are health risks with that. So trying to be a little bit more conscious, but that has been like amazing. Those are a great find. If you see them in your grocery store, pick them up. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. So in terms of like the food cravings, food aversions, that's really it for me. I mean, aside from my hunger, I'm still hungry all the time. As you'll see, like at the end of this video, I did do kind of like another like what I eat in a day. I only took pictures because I'm a rookie and I was around people all day and I was so hungry. I really just did not have time to take a video and explain everything I was eating. So I'm just gonna, at the end of the video, insert the pictures and an explanation of what it is, what's going on in there. But as you'll see, like I'm eating pretty frequently, like 5 to 6 times a day. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m. hungry, like genuinely hungry, not like, oh, I want a midnight snack. So I'll have like either a small bowl of cereal or a peanut butter sandwich. To answer some kind of broad questions, yes, I'm still taking my prenatal vitamins. You're supposed to take those every day until you give birth. I still am drinking 1 cup of coffee a day. My doctor said that I am allowed to do 2 cups of coffee on bad days. I have had to do that sometimes. They're 2 small cups, of course. So that. Coffee, prenatals. Still vegetarian, although I did have chicken the other day again. I was craving it. That was another weird craving. From the 99 honey barbecue chicken wrap. I don't know what it was, but that was the only thing that sounded appealing to me. And I tried it, and my stomach hurt a little bit, but not nearly as bad as the Chinese chicken finger incident that I mentioned in my last video. I'll link that video down below as well, and I'll insert a card right there. So you can click on that if you haven't seen that one yet. So that's it for food. I promise not to talk about food for the rest of this part of the video until I get to my what I eat in a day part. Two things that I did want to talk about were some of my absolute go-tos now. So as you know, when you're pregnant, you can't take a lot of medications that you can take when you're not pregnant. One of those being ibuprofen, so Advil, things like that you can't take. You can take acetaminophen, which is like Tylenol, which I have had to take a few times, only when I'm in a lot of pain. But if you're like me and you hold a lot of tension in your neck and your upper back, and that pain is only exacerbated by the fact that your boobs are growing, you know, for lack of better terminology, you're gonna hunch a little bit more. Your body is not used to carrying that additional weight on the front of your body. So I have found this. It's called the Original Bed Buddy. And you put it in the microwave for like 1 minute and 15 seconds, and it heats up, and it's filled it with like rice, I think. And you just like lay it around your neck and you wrap it around, and it just like releases all this tension. It does have some essential oils in it, like lavender. So it does help you relax. I use this at least 3 times a day. It's been a godsend for my back pain, for my upper back pain at least. But you can use it for like your elbows or your knees, like you can just wrap around. So that's been a lifesaver. Sorry if the camera angle is a little bit different or the lighting has changed a bit. It's actually raining and really gross out right now, and we just had a huge gust of wind and it got so noisy for about a minute, so I just shut the camera off. But my other cannot live without staple product throughout my entire pregnancy so far has been this book. It's called Your Pregnancy Week by Week, and it's just awesome. It talks about kind of the size of your baby, like the weight and length of the babe, the development that's going on, like how your body's changing, like the weight gain that you're supposed to have. It talks about your nutrition and how your actions are affecting your baby and things to look out for. And it has like partner tips in here and like remedies, like grandma's remedies, and it has exercises. So like and it'll sometimes have pictures of the baby and stuff like that. In the beginning, it's fun because it'll show you like the actual size of your baby, which is really cute. So this has been like my holy grail. This, and then I have an app on my phone called Baby Center. And that's really helpful. It kind of does the same thing this does, except it has like blog posts and articles, and like you can vote on things. Like one was like, have you completely eliminated alcohol from your diet? And you can say yes, no, most of the time, other, and you can kind of see how other people are voting. And it has little videos on how your baby's developing and how your body's changing, all that good stuff. So that has been really helpful as well. I feel like you can never be too informed, although sometimes that can scare you. But I think when you're growing another human, it's your responsibility to kind of know what's going on with it. So in terms of changes to the human body, as I mentioned, you know, boobs are growing, I had to buy new bras. Fun. And then I've started to get to the point where at the end of the day, my feet are swelling. I'm on my feet for the majority of my work day. And I mean, let's get real. I'm not wearing the most supportive shoes. I wear flats to work. I do work in a hospital. Attire is business casual, so I can't get away with like wearing sneakers or anything like that. I should get on the lookout for some more supportive flats, but yeah, so by the end of the day, my feet are pretty swollen, but once I elevate them and get them up, it kind of resolves itself in a little while. So I talked about the boobs, swelling, I've been having a lot of the round ligament pains, which is just, your uterus needs to stretch, and stretching ligaments and muscles and all of that good stuff hurts a little bit. So I've been having those pretty much every day. They're pretty uncomfortable, but they go away after a little while. So, and it's not that scary pain where you don't know what's going on. You know the baby is just growing, you know it's home inside the uterus needs to grow, so it's fine. I did have kind of like a breakdown day. I had been on my feet for a really long time at work. I didn't sit down for probably 4.5 hours or so. And I came home and I was tired and grumpy, obviously emotional because I'm hormonal, and just in pain. And I just cried. And it was just the thought of, I'm only halfway through my pregnancy and I'm in this much pain. Because it was, my skin just felt like it was breaking, and my abs felt like they were stretched to capacity, and I had the round ligament pains, and my hips hurt, and my back hurt, and my shoulders hurt, and my feet hurt, and literally everything hurt. And I just had a moment of breakdown because I just felt so worried that I was going to be this uncomfortable for the rest of my pregnancy, and like the only thing I can really take is acetaminophen, which doesn't do a whole lot for me. Even if I take 500 milligrams at once, it doesn't really do much for my pain. It'll get rid of a headache, but in terms of the actual body pains, it didn't help so much. So I cried for about 10 minutes, and then I was over it, and the next day I woke up and I felt fine. Part of that pain was probably from the fact that I went for a pretty good hike with my husband and my dad and my stepmom, and it was amazing. But it was good to get outside, although there was still a lot of snow outside. Like, hello New England, right? Are we ever gonna get spring? Judging by outside today, no. But that was good. Still exercising, like I said, not doing as much cardio, doing about 10-15 minutes to warm up, but I am walking throughout the day and I'm doing weights. But yeah, so that's exercise, body changes, body aches. I feel like that's it. Oh, well, since the last time I made a video, we did have the anatomy scan. The baby has 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 arms, 2 legs. The heart is working perfectly. The umbilical cord is healthy. Digestive system's perfect. The brain is there, intact, and as far as they can see, working. The baby was not cooperative during the first ultrasound. We have quite the wild child doing like P90X inside of me, I swear. So we had to go back and go again, which, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I got to see my baby twice. And it's crazy how much change happened even in those 2-week periods. And we got the 4D scan, which was so cool. Of course, I think my baby is like the cutest baby ever, but what mom doesn't think of that? But yeah, so those are my like medical updates. One pregnancy hack I did want to talk about, because now like everybody at work knows, obviously there's no hiding my belly. It's out for the world to see. And so everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're glowing. Let me tell you, I'm not glowing at all. I'm tired. I don't feel great. I feel good. I don't feel like amazing. I don't feel like well rested enough to be glowing. My hack is I wear highlight on my cheekbones and a little bit on my forehead and on my nose. And if I don't do that, my skin is like dull and sad looking, because a lot of times people say like babies steal your pretty, right? Your baby is stealing all the nutrients and everything it needs. It's going to get what it needs whether you have what you need or not. So, your hair sometimes can look amazing, but like my hair hasn't been that great. But my skin has been pretty dull and like kind of acne prone because of all the hormones. But highlighter, you can get some at Walgreens, at CVS. I have like a Wet n Wild $3 highlighter, and I tell you, like, it makes the biggest difference. Like if you're feeling just like dull and like your skin is just so lackluster and you just want to feel good and like you want people to tell you you're glowing when you're pregnant, that's something you want. Try a highlighter. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Sorry again if the camera angle changed. Noisy dog in the hallway. So I think that that's it in terms of pregnancy updates for me and the babe. Oh no, one more thing about food. Sorry. Before I get into kind of the what I eat in a day because it is kind of important. As you know, when you're pregnant, there are a lot of foods you cannot eat, a lot of things you cannot drink. One of those happens to be, they just say soft cheeses. Well, I had the pleasure of going out for dinner and having a pasteurized brie cheese. It does exist for all you cheese lovers out there. You just gotta look hard for it, but it does exist. And also pasteurized goat cheese. So you can have those pasteurized. It takes away all the bad bacteria that everybody's really worried about during pregnancy. So if you are a cheese lover, there are options out there for you. Do your research. Don't just say, no, I can't have soft cheese at all. Because you can, it just has to be like pasteurized and safe to eat. So do your research. I found a pasteurized cheese at like Stop and Shop, so it doesn't have to be anywhere fancy. I mean, the brie, you might have to search a little harder for, like go to an actual cheese shop. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that because any cheese lovers like me know that that's a really hard part of pregnancy, is giving up some of your beloved cheese. Okay, I'm done rambling about cheese now. Let's get into the what I eat in a day part. So I'm just going to insert pictures here after I explain what I had. So for breakfast, I had a bowl of Cinnamon Life cereal. That's been my new favorite, with skim milk, of course, a slice of peanut butter toast on whole wheat bread, and some pineapple. You'll see there are only like 5 little sad pieces of pineapple in this picture. That's because I couldn't wait for my toast to toast, and I had a couple bites. But like I said, I've been craving pineapple, so normally I would just do like the bowl of cereal and pineapple, or 2 slices of toast and pineapple. But like I said, I have been super hungry lately, so might as well eat a larger meal before I go to work, so that way I can focus until lunch. So I didn't have to have a snack that day, which was good. Then for lunch, I had this meal, which is a veggie, it's like a kale chickpea soup at work. That sandwich was a tomato mozzarella, like a caprese panini, and then a little side of potatoes au gratin. I had 2 bites of the potatoes au gratin and I was grossed out by them, so I couldn't eat those. And then you'll see my favorite toasted coconut polar seltzer in that top corner. If you know me, you know I love my seltzer water, especially the toasted coconut. If you're a coconut lover like myself, you need to try it. It's delicious. So that was my lunch. Like I said, I didn't finish the potatoes. I had like 2 bites and was over it. For a snack, this was like a pre-gym snack, so I got home from work probably around like 4:35ish, and I wasn't like starving for dinner, and I didn't want to eat dinner and then have to work out at like 8 p.m. So I had a whole wheat English muffin. 1 slice is with the Smart Balance margarine, and the other slice was with some all-natural peanut butter. That's the Skippy all-natural peanut butter I use. It tastes just like regular Skippy, except it doesn't have any sugar added to it, and it doesn't have any hydrogenated oils. Then for dinner, this was like one of my favorite meals I've had in a long time. So this is a salad. Right here, I'll just input the picture here. Get a good look? All right, so this salad is like spring mix. It has pears, apples, walnuts, dried cranberries, pasteurized goat cheese. I was inspired by a local restaurant here in the area called Easy Pie. They have my favorite salad. It's called the Boston Common Salad, and I've ate it probably like 6 times. I made it at home probably 6 times, and it has a little bit of like blush wine vinaigrette on it. Then I have some cheese tortellini. I have 1 serving of that, and the sauce on there, sorry, is light Alfredo. So it's made with like skim milk instead. It's like about, I think, a 1/4 cup of light Alfredo. And then I have spicy hot tomato oil. I think I mentioned that in my last video. From the restaurant up in upstate New York called Possibilities. I Amazon primed it to my house because I'm in desperate need. That was the craving I had. So I mixed those 2 together, and it's like a little bit of spicy, a little bit of creamy, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of cheese. Amazing. And then I have 1 sausage next to it. Yes, I said sausage. It's vegan, okay? It's actually not made with any tofu or any soy either. It's all vegetable based, and each sausage link has like 25 grams of protein, so it's really good. forget the name of it. I'll link it below, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I posted on my story about it. It's really good. My husband took a bite of it and was like, that's really good. And then I said, yeah, it's vegetarian. And he's like, no, it's not. So if you can convince a meat eater that it's meat, the consistency tastes like, you know, like a sausage would. And it's pretty salty, but I mean, that's what you want when you're having a sausage. So that was that. And then, oh, I thought I was done. I'm not. So here is that yasso bar I was telling you about. The frozen Greek yogurt bars. I had the coconut caramel chocolate chip bar, and whew, delicious. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So that's what I ate in the day. Obviously, I drank that large thing of polar water. I had a coffee, which was not shown in there, and then I refilled that polar water twice throughout the day with regular water. So I ended up getting like 100 fluid ounces of water that day, and then whatever I had at the gym. So yeah, so that's about it in terms of the weeks 19 to 20. We're halfway there. It's very exciting. Like I said, bittersweet but exciting. So if you guys have any questions, or if there's anything you guys want to see in these videos, let me know. Like if there's like, if you want to see a workout routine, if you want to see bump dates, if you want to see things I'm buying for the babe, if you want to see any of that kind of stuff, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Like I said at the beginning, like this video if you liked it, hit the subscribe button if you're interested in these types of things, and thank you so much for watching.